After years of losing, Curt Cignetti has the Hoosiers at 5-0 2 years in a row. After beating Iowa, they are primed to get back to the college football playoff. Let's talk about the Iowa game and what's going on with the Indiana Hoosiers football team. Let's get into it.
Pretty simple, I win. Basketball is a way of life in Indiana that many people will never understand.
Hello guys, and welcome to Indiana Sports Connection. I am so happy to have you here to talk about this game, to talk about the Indiana Hoosiers football team. I am your residential anchor, Aaron. Thank you so much for being here. This is Indiana Sports Connection, where the most passionate fans come to talk about the game. You know, this was originally just a basketball channel, but now Curt Cignetti in this time has brought in such excitement. I mean, I got my Indiana football gear on. What we saw in the Iowa game, and we're going to talk about it more in depth in this video, it was absolutely fantastic. You know, to pull out a game like that, a gritty game like that, it's the type of game that we've seen these Indiana Hoosiers, not these Indiana Hoosiers, but our Indiana Hoosiers from years past lose many, many times. So great to see them get that gritty victory at Kinnick Stadium at Iowa, one of the hardest places to play. We're going to talk about everything that happened in that game and what the Hoosiers have coming up next and why I do believe that they are a college football playoff team this year. And Signetti to come into this, well, we're going to talk about it later. So hit that subscribe button down below. This is Indiana Sports Connection. Thank you so much for being here. I do have a contest on the channel. So no excuses. They never claim this t-shirt. This sweatshirt. They never send me the email. So this sweatshirt will be given away on this video. Leave a comment down below, and on my next video, I will give this sweatshirt away. I gave away one of these last year. Absolutely fantastic. It's got like the Army swag on it and everything like that. Everybody loves these. Leave your comments down below. Tell me what you think about the Hoosiers. Tell me what you think. And also, the video is brought to you by Grassmasters, elite turf grass experts. Grassmasters, give me a call, Aaron, at 863-397-3518. If you need fertilization, weed control, lawn mowing services, give me a call, and I will take care of that for all of you. I have tailored services for everything you need. You got specific problems with your lawn, call me. We can figure out these problems together. So call or text Grassmasters at 863-397-3518. and get your lawn right this year. Also, 10% of the AdSense revenue on this channel always goes to T2T.org, which we've given almost $1,000 to since 2 years ago. So always love giving back to them. And I thank you so much for watching the channel, because like without you out there, all my little residential anchors out there, it's so great to hear your comments and see what you think about the games. And I love to see you at the games and talk to people at the games about it. So it's been like, that's the favorite part for me for doing this, is just being able to have like a community conversation about Indiana football with everybody out there. So hit that thumbs up button too. Pump the video out. Okay, if you don't hit the thumbs up button, every time you hit the thumbs up button, it will send this video to like 10 more people. That's how it works. Don't ask me how it works. That's just what they told me how it works. So hit the thumbs up button, hype the video, do all that good stuff. Without further ado, let's get into talking about the Indiana Hoosiers. All right, Hillbilly Monkey, what did we see against Iowa?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, that Mendoza, he was tough as nails when he got knocked out on the sideline over there. I think that rallied a lot of the troops.
No, you were right about that. And they said that in the press conference afterwards as well. But
you know, when Mendoza got hit on the sideline, they didn't call that really kind of
words as well. But I know you were sitting here the entire time, so
oh yeah, I was sitting here the whole time looking at your stupid dumb ass is gone. What are you going with? You look like Biff Tanner from Back to the Future 3.
Nobody calls me Mad Dog.
Yeah, well, why don't you shut up then, butthead? I look like Biff Tanner. So,
duded up, egg-sucking gutter trash.
Let's get into talking about the game. So, first off, I mean, the first part of this game I really want to talk about is how Indiana's defensive line showed up and stuffed Iowa on the running game. They held them down, and they did a great job to really make Iowa do things that they really didn't want to do in ways that they really didn't want to do it. And, I mean, I know their quarterback got hurt late in the game, but Gronowski, they did force him into, and he made some great throws in that game. But I mean, it was a gritty game. Here's the other thing I want to talk about is like these young guys playing on the road. I mean, if you watch a lot of NBA basketball, you think, professional basketball players playing on the road, everybody's rooting against them. You think they'd be absolutely fine. No, it's like playing in this environment for a competitor. It doesn't matter who you are. It can get under your skin. It can get after you. It can make you feel like you want to give up on the game. It can make you feel like, that you just can't get over that hump. You can't like do some of the things you need to do. And, we heard that in the press conference afterwards that, it was Mendoza was not allowed to audible in this game at all.
There for those, was it a different call with the Surratt touchdown, or was that maybe Fernando shifting to something else when he saw that zero blitz?
Yes, no, Fernando didn't do any audible in the day, and the noise, that wasn't the plan. There were not RPOs on those plays.
I mean, that's good. This is Signetti making adjustments kind of on the fly, and it's going to be a super loud environment like at Oregon. So I will say our fourth down plays in this game looked really bad because we weren't when it's fourth down and a running play, you really have to time up the snap and everything in a way. And I'll tell you, I hate this from any team I've ever watched. I hate running the ball from like the shotgun position on fourth down. I mean, I just think you're way better off like having your quarterback under center where they think he might sneak, or you could take the ball back, hand it to the running back, or you could go to the running back and fake it. But we did that 3 times, got stuffed on fourth down in this game. And yeah, it did not look good in any of the times. So, I mean, that was a huge takeaway from this. Indiana stopped an elite running attack. And, this is as an elite running attack as they'll probably face until they face, the big boys like Oregon and Penn State. But Iowa is a team that is focused on running the ball. And, so they are very, very difficult to stop because they put such a high emphasis on running the ball right up the middle through their center and their 2 guards. And they just have a great offensive line. And they always go for that to push people around and be able to win these games at home. But next, let's talk about the Mendoza hit on the sideline, because that was a critical play in the game. And that's what really galvanized the team. I didn't think it was not an illegal hit. Look, you got to be on the white for it to be an illegal hit. Yeah, I mean, to me, even if it's on a quarterback, I like the old school rules. I don't like all these pansy ass rules, college football, NFL football, and all this stuff. But he wasn't on the white. Yeah, the dude come over there and jacked him, but doing that right on the Indiana sideline, right in front of everybody. And, the way Mendoza went flying into that case over there, and then his arm was bleeding and all that kind of thing. So he's just proved, he just got a lot of respect for me. That's all. It's like seeing that play, and he was able to go back out there. I thought maybe just the way that maybe his head hit that thing or something, that you just never know these days. They're so, with an abundance of caution, we're going to do this and whatever kind of flying freaking crap they do these days to, take people out of a game. But it's like for him to come back in and prove that even after the interception late in the game, it's like he proved that he is never rattled by what's going on. That was the first interception he's thrown all year. And, he did not let it get under his skin or make him play a different way. He came right back out there. And let's talk about Elijah Surratt on the last play. But even before the last play, Elijah Surratt was making some unbelievable plays for the Hoosiers in this game. This dude really did prove that he's the number 1 guy, and Mendoza is really getting a knack for throwing that back shoulder, because when they came out on that last drive, Mendoza threw a laser right up the sideline to him on that back shoulder, and it did look like after that interception, they came back out and they're like, yeah, we're going to stuff this one home and take this game. A lot of people talking about Mendoza running backwards and all that. It's a whole controversy between, Signetti and the referees because, part of the rule, I think it says, like, if you give yourself up, then you're down. If you stand there, even if you like whatever, I mean, I guess it's up to the interpretation of the ref, but he ended up running the ball straight backwards. There's a ton of people talking about it because, was it some conspiracy because of the safety or whatever? I'm going to tell you something. It's not a conspiracy. There's no conspiracy to win any football games. Okay, Bill Clinton had sex with one person in the White House. That lady told one person, and then everybody knew. That's how conspiracies go. If you tell one person...
I have not been entirely truthful with you. I geschmoigered her geflavorty with my gugus.
Because nobody can keep their mouth shut anywhere. You think they can? They can't. And probably only people like, that are sworn to secrecy that know they're going to get killed if they tell somebody something, like in the mob actually do something like that. So, no, there's no conspiracy. He wanted to run the clock out. He didn't have to run all the way into the end zone. He could have ran a certain amount, I think, and turned around and just chucked the ball because there were zeros on the clock. So let's get over it, people. Indiana 5-0. Oregon coming up, and they got a bye next week. So coming up a week from Saturday, that's going to be huge. And Oregon is the real deal. Just beat Penn State over there. And, I was really kind of hoping Penn State would, I don't know, it's probably better. Oregon won that game, so they're not going to be all mad at Indiana. But, I kind of thought if Penn State won, then Indiana would be playing them, and maybe they'd be a little bit easier for the taking. Who knows? The bottom line is this Indiana team, they show up and they show out every week. I mean, you just don't see a lot of cracks in the fundamentals with like what they're doing with Curt Cignetti as the coach. It's just a totally different thing. And if you want to jump on a bandwagon, if you're a person that doesn't root for teams and you want to root for a Cinderella team, root for this Indiana team. I'll tell you, it is a hell of a lot of fun rooting for these guys and root for Curt Cignetti. And I'm on board for it all year. I think they're going to the college football playoff again after that Iowa game. I think that was a huge, huge test. I think they got to take care of business the rest of the way. But I do believe if they only have 2 losses, but I do believe this team only has 2 losses, they are getting into the college football playoff. Now, Hillbilly Monkey, what did you think about Signetti? Where do you think he's taken us, and how far do you think that they can go?
Carved from the sands of the Wabash River and formed into a monkey land that's sold at Home Goods. It's the Hillbilly Monkey Perspective on Indiana Sports Connection.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what, he's taking us to the gosh dang promised land, or promised land that I don't even know if it's promise or promise, but I think he's taking us there, and I don't think a lot of people aren't even ready for it. They're not even on board for it. They think, well, maybe this team, they're going to falter, they're going to do this. We can see after that Iowa game, it's a gritty win against a gritty team on the road. And I think he proved to a lot of people in that instance that, hey, I mean, Indiana football, they can go on the road and beat a big-time team like Iowa like that, and they're going to be ready for some of these tests, like stomping Illinois at home the week before, and then Illinois, goes on and beats USC. This Indiana team's the real deal, and I think people need to start taking notice.
Yeah. I mean, that is true. They are the real deal, and people need to start taking notice. And Illinois goes and beats USC, which a lot of people are super high on USC for some reason. I know they got a good coach. I know he was a good coach at Oklahoma, but Illinois going there, and I watched that whole game. Illinois played them, wire to wire. So it makes me think, those teams were both ranked in the 20s. Yeah, I mean, Indiana is a legit top 10 team. Like, this isn't a fluke. This isn't anything. Like, this team is here to stay. And like the way that Curt Cignetti's putting this together, I have no reason to think that year over year that he is not just going to get better and better and better coaching the Indiana Hoosiers in the Big Ten. I don't think he's going anywhere. He's going to stay right here in Bloomington and keep doing this year after year and turn Indiana into a powerhouse football program. Wouldn't that be magnificent? All the people, all the Notre Dame fans and a lot of the different fans, around, they're doing a lot of pearl clutching and stuff, when Indiana's like kind of rising up like they are, because look, they all want their time, and they've wanted their time for a long time. And I do think we caught lightning in a bottle with getting this coach and just the situation with NIL and the way that people can transfer now. We got it going on at Indiana. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Indiana Sports Connection. Until next time, stay classy out there, Hoosier fans.